What's up YouTube, Capital G here. Got a little tidbit of news and information for you guys to check out in this video. It looks like Konami just spilled all the beans on the Secret Slayers deck building booster set that's going to be released next week. In case you guys have not realized it by now, they updated the official Yu-Gi-Oh card database, and now we know every single card that is in this set. Of course, all the cards in the 3 archetypes coming out, we already know about those, but we know about the reprints, also some name changes which are kind of interesting, and then Battles of Legends. Konami put out this information yesterday about the brand new Battles of Legends coming out in July. We already knew the cover card of this set. We knew that it was going to be the Chaos Emperor Dragon Armageddon, the YCS Pendulum prize card, because I mean they kind of named it. They kind of named this set after that card, but we already knew about that, and we knew that he was in it. But we now know about some of the awesome reprints that are going to be in it as well. We'll talk about that momentarily. Anyways, let's go ahead and start with Secret Slayers. So Secret Slayers did not get delayed in North America. I believe it has been delayed in some of the European territories. I don't know if it's all of Europe, but in North America, we are going to get this next weekend. It's definitely a good set. I think Elderic has, it has potential probably to be like maybe regional top 8-ish, because I know it's seen some success in the OCG. And then you guys know how I feel about Adamantia, or Adamantia as I was calling it. But honestly, since Konami has changed the name, it doesn't really matter what I was calling it, because it ain't that name anymore. This is the Emancipator archetype now, guys. Emancipator. So this kind of makes me feel similar to how it was with the Math Mech archetype, where they were like the Process Slayers, and then they had like another name in the OCG, and then they ended up being neither one of those names, and we got the name Math Mech. But yeah, Emancipator. That is such a weird name to just say, Emancipator. Anyways, it's an archetype you guys know I think is absolutely amazing. I think it's going to end up being meta. Konami also changed the name of the Snowflower archetype, which is, I basically just call them plant chicks, but they're now going to be called the Rikas, which it's a completely different name, but I kind of like that. Rika is just kind of simple. I don't know what Rika means in like Japanese. I don't know where that name comes from. I don't know if it's relating to flowers or something like that. But I know Rika is something that is simple, that everybody can pronounce, so it is perfectly fine with me. And then the Elderic archetype, it doesn't really seem like they kind of changed anything when it comes to that. Now, when it comes to some of the reprints, and if you guys don't know what all of these cards do, that are in these 3 archetypes, of course, I will have this link so you guys can read up on them, or you can check out any of my previous videos where I cover all the cards in the archetype. Some of the reprints we're getting: Doki Doki Block Dragon. These are obviously for the Emancipator archetype. Block Dragon is so insane as a card right now. It's good in this, it's good in Burning Abyss, it's good in, oh man, the freaking Ritual archetype from Ignition Assault. Its name is the Megalith. Yeah, it's good in the Megalith. We got Lone Fire Blossom and Rose Lover, some other plant cards. Obviously, those are going to be associated with the Rika. And then we got some zombies. Unizombie, which is for the Elderic archetype, or Eldelic. We have Upstart Goblin, Galaxy Cyclone. This is nice, getting another hollow version of Upstart. This should be, what, a super rare, if I'm not mistaken. We have Solemn Judgment, Illblood. God, that is old school, man. Tactical Evolution. That's like 2007 Yu-Gi-Oh right there. Nine-Tailed Fox, Quacky Mirror Guardian, which this card, I'm shocked that they put this in there. This card's really good in Emancipator. You can summon it from one of your tuner monsters if you're lucky, and then it can actually help you play through hand traps like Nibiru, where you can just give this guy up and you can actually negate it. So I guess all the Quacky Mirrors are in there for the same reason. The only one that I would personally recommend that you play is Guardian. Guardian's the best one because it can be used during your turn, the turn you summon it, and your opponent's turn. The other guys, not so much. We got more plant stuff for the Rika archetype. DD Borderline Miracle Fertilizer. We have Pyramid of Wonders and Rock Bombardment. I don't know these cards, so I don't know if they're good or not. We have Polynosis or Polynosis. Okay, I think that's a counter trap. Is this a counter trap where you tribute a plant monster to negate? You negate something, right? When a monster would be normal or special or trap spell would be activated, tribute 1 plant. Okay, so it's kind of like Solemn Judgment. Okay, so it's Solemn Judgment, but you have to tribute a plant. And then we also have Trap Trick in there. A lot of people are always talking about Trap Trick and how good of a card it is. So, more reprints for Trap Trick, always a good thing. Anyways, let's talk about Battles of Legends Armageddon. This is going to be released in the later stages of July, and obviously it's going to be one of our biggest reprint sets of the year. We already knew again that we were going to be getting Chaos Emperor Dragon, the Dragon of Armageddon, but Konami is also going to be giving us those spicy jump promos, the ones that you could only get if you were signed up to the jump. So a lot of people don't have these cards. They're not too expensive, but I believe that some of these are almost $10. We're getting the Trishula. This will actually be good for generators because when Mech Knight Orcus Gear Suit comes out, you can do like an incredibly good combo, and you actually do need level 9, Trishula being one of them. The Judgment Dragon Synchro monster, the Dark Arm XC, and then the Red Eyes Link monster. And I think I've got some of these pulled up. You can see some of their prices. A lot of them are kind of hovering around like $10, so they're not particularly expensive, but they're not exactly like throwaway cards. I wouldn't consider an $11 card just like a throwaway card or something like that. We're getting Artifact Sanctum. We're getting a reprint on that, which I believe is the first card I have here. That is an amazing reprint, and I think Konami is definitely doing a good job with that. Artifact Sanctum is a card that's like $15, and the thing about Artifact Sanctum and why its reprint is awesome is because it's a card where you either play 3 of it or you don't play it at all. So there's no one ever really trying to just pick up 1 Artifact Sanctum or 2. You're gonna play 3 of the card if you're going to actually play it in your deck. We have Chimera Tech Mega Fleet Dragon. Okay, it's like a $6 card if I'm not mistaken. These two are very big: Madolche, Anjelly, and Black Whirlwind. So Madolche, a bunch of the stuff got reprinted except Anjelly was not in Dual Overload, and because of this, the rare hunters went out and they were trying to buy up Madolche and Jelly. They realized, oh, I can't buy Mageline out anymore. I can't buy Princess Chocolate a la Mode out anymore because those are reprinted. They're like $1 cards. No one really is looking for those cards. But, you know, now Madolche and Jelly is a card where people don't have to pay $100 for a playset. Because you can see right here, cheapest prices, whether you want the original from Primal Origin or the Megaton version, you're basically spending $100 on the, on a playset of the card. So that's kind of nice. Like keeping Madolche as a cheaper deck. Madolche is a deck from Zexal. It shouldn't be all that expensive. Like all of these cards should have been reprinted 2-3 times over, especially considering Madolche has received so much legacy support during the Vrains era, and like all the cards have been good. Konami definitely has to keep an eye out for that. Black Whirlwind, I think, is the last one that I have pulled up. I saw Blackwing fans that were really happy about this because they were saying that Black Whirlwind had been reprinted in holographic form multiple times. However, those cards are, it's pretty difficult to find that. Legendary Collection 5Ds, Turbo Pack Booster 1, like you're not just going to find these in the wild. So these are either the ultra rare or the super rare. They're basically, $15 cards. So now Blackwing players will be able to get that cheaper. Also, and these ones were ones that I found interesting. Mecha Phantom Beasto Lion, which might be one of the best cards to summon off of Crystron Needle Fiber. Not gonna even try to pronounce his TCG name and end up butchering it. And then this one was also interesting. Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. If you guys don't know, this is the one that you can equip with Union Carrier onto one of your Dark Attribute monsters and lock your opponent out of the extra deck. I thought this card maybe was gonna get banned, but yeah, maybe this is the reason why. Konami wanted to reprint it and let us play with it for a format before they banned it. I see you, Konami. Didn't ban the card and then you immediately decided to rarity bump it and reprint it. You sneaky devils. But yeah, what do you guys think of this information? By the way, this is just a PSA. Like, Konami gonna end up banning this card. They're gonna get the money from the reprints, and then in the very next ban list, they're gonna ban it. That is the Konami way. But whatever you guys think of any of this, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos. Oh, and actually, one last thing. I totally forgot to cover this. I don't know why. It's just, I glanced over it. But the Gem Crocodile Cook cards are confirmed. Basically, all of his fossil stuff. You guys know I did a video on Fossil Fusion, also his level 8 boss monster. They're confirmed to be in here. I pretty much kind of alluded to that. Anytime Konami reveals those cards in the way that they do, those cards always end up coming to us in the Battles of Legends pack. So whatever they kind of reveal for the fossil archetype, probably in the next month or so, we know that we are going to be able to play with those cards post July when Battles of Legends comes out. What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Got a little tidbit of news and information for you guys to check out in this video. First off, Konami actually spilled all the beans on the Secret Slayers deck building booster pack that's going to be released next week. We got a full spoiler of Secret Slayers, and also they gave us a little... Okay. That's kind of crazy. That was the stay-at-home alert. We are now quarantined in Charlotte.